Ah, geez. Remember that time I ate that 5-alarm burrito from that dimension with, like, the 4 suns? Yeah, big mistake. I thought I was being adventurous, trying out the local cuisine of a new dimension. But boy, was I wrong. The moment I took that first bite, I knew I was in trouble. It was like biting into a supernova. My taste buds were on fire and I could feel the heat radiating through my entire body. I should have known better, but curiosity got the best of me. My stomach was making noises like a dying spaceship, and I swear I saw smoke coming out of my ears. It was like my insides were having a meltdown. I tried to keep my cool, but it was impossible. Every gurgle and rumble felt like an alarm going off. I even started to wonder if I was going to spontaneously combust. The whole experience was surreal, like something out of a sci-fi horror movie. Worst burping experience of my life. Each burp felt like a mini explosion and I couldn't control it. People around me were giving me strange looks and I couldn't blame them. I was a walking, burping disaster. It was embarrassing, but also kind of hilarious in a twisted way. I mean, who knew a burrito could cause so much chaos? Turns out, interdimensional travel and spicy food don't mix. Who knew, right? I guess I should have done my research before diving into that culinary adventure. But hey, you live and learn. Now I know to be more cautious when it comes to alien cuisine. It's not just about the taste. It's about how your body reacts to it. And trust me, my body was not happy. My point is, we've all been there. We've all had those moments where we thought we could handle something, only to realize we were way out of our league. It's a universal experience whether you're human or from another dimension. And it's these shared experiences that bring us together, that make us laugh and bond over our mistakes. These weird bodily functions, they're just part of being human, or, whatever species you happen to be. It's what makes life interesting and unpredictable. We all have our quirks and oddities, and that's what makes us unique. So, embrace the weirdness, because it's what makes life fun. But hey, at least it makes for a good story, right? I mean, who doesn't love a good laugh at their own expense? It's these moments that we look back on and chuckle about. They become the stories we tell at parties, the anecdotes that make us smile. Especially when you can laugh about it later. Time has a way of turning our most embarrassing moments into fond memories, and that's the beauty of it. We grow, we learn, and we laugh. It's all part of the journey. So buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to get into the nitty-gritty of all things gross and glorious about the human body. We're going to explore the highs and lows, the funny and the downright bizarre. It's going to be a wild ride, so get ready, or at least my version of it. Because let's face it, everyone's experience is different, but that's what makes it so fascinating. So, stay tuned, and let's dive into this crazy adventure together. Peeing, the great equalizer. Whether you're a super genius scientist or a giant talking pickle, we all gotta do it. It's like the ultimate sign of shared experience, Remember when you were a kid and learning to pee was like trying to hit a moving target while riding a roller coaster? Yeah, those were the days. And don't even get me started on the whole standing up versus sitting down debate. It's enough to make your head spin, man. Oh, burping. The symphony of the stomach. Sometimes it's a quiet little excuse me, other times it's a full-on roar that could rattle the windows. And let's not forget about those awkward burps that happen at the worst possible moments, like, say, during a first date or a job interview, but hey, at least it's a natural way to release gas, right? Otherwise, we'd all be walking around like overinflated balloons just waiting to explode, and nobody wants that. Section 4. Pooping, a sci-fi adventure in your gut. Imagine this, a tiny spaceship navigating through the vast, winding tunnels of your intestines. It's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's happening inside you. Now here's where things get really interesting. Pooping, yes, you heard that right. The process of pooping is like an epic journey, a grand adventure that your body undertakes every single day. It's like a sci-fi adventure happening inside your own body, man. Picture this, a spaceship dodging obstacles, navigating through tight corners, and making its way through a complex maze. Think about it, a bunch of weird, half-digested food traveling through a labyrinth of tubes and tunnels, all working together to break down and absorb nutrients, only to emerge transformed into, well, it's a process that's both fascinating and a little bit gross, but it's essential for our survival. I once had this theory that our poop was actually being collected by aliens. Imagine, aliens coming down to Earth just to collect our waste. Who were using it to power their spaceships? It sounds crazy, but think about it. What if our waste is the perfect fuel source for their advanced technology? I mean, think about it. It's a readily available fuel source, and it would be a sustainable way to power their ships. Plus, it would explain why they haven't contacted us yet. They're probably disgusted. The idea of using poop as fuel might be too much for them to handle. But hey, it's just a theory. A fun sci-fi theory that makes you look at your own body in a whole new way. Section 5. Farting. The art of the sneaky butt squeak. This is a delicate dance, a masterful performance that requires both timing and precision. It's not just about the act itself, but the context in which it happens. Farting. The piece de resistance of bodily functions. Just like a chef presenting a gourmet dish, the sneaky butt squeak is an art form that can be both appreciated and dreaded. It's the ultimate stealth weapon, silent but deadly. A sneaky butt squeak that can clear a room faster than you can say Rick Sanchez. Imagine the skill it takes to release such a sound without drawing attention to yourself. We've all been there trying to hold it in during a meeting or a crowded elevator, only to have it sneak out with a vengeance. The tension builds, your face turns red, and you pray no one notices. It's embarrassing, sure, but it's also kind of hilarious. The shared laughter that follows can break the ice and turn an awkward moment into a funny story for later. And hey, at least it's not as bad as, like, accidentally pooping your pants. That's a whole different level of disaster, one that's much harder to laugh off. That's a whole other level of awkward, so next time you feel a sneaky butt squeak coming on, just remember, it could always be worse. Embrace the humor and let it out with pride.